Hi, this is On the Couch, and my name is Janice Payne. And today is Sunday, and it is June 23rd, and I just wanted to, check in with everybody because I haven't done a video in a while. Obviously, I've cut my hair, and I've also moved, so there's been a lot of changes recently in my life right now. And so the purpose of this video is just kind of check in, kind of let y'all know what has been up with my life, and also kind of give a product review on this really great phone that I purchased, which I think that you'll find very surprising. So as you can see, I'm in my little garden area, and I wanted to show off this really cool plant here. This is one of my little babies, and this is an acanthus. This is an orange pitcher, a rare orange pitcher, and you can see the tiny little uh, pitchers here. And this is a carnivorous plant. So you can see possibly the little black things floating in here. These are ants and bugs. This is what this plant lives off of in order to get all of its nutrients. I simply water it with some fish food or some fish water from my fish tank, and then you know, and then it just grows wonderfully. It's a beautiful plant. I love it to death. As some of you may or may not know, I have been studying to get my degree in social work and in fine arts. And this coming term will be my second term at Portland State, and I am hoping to obtain my Bachelor's of Arts, and then I will be continuing on to get my Master's in Fine Art. So a lot of you know that I work on Night Flirt, obviously, since you wouldn't be here if whatever. But so those tributes really help. They help offset the cost of my living, which is pretty, I don't know, easygoing. I don't expect much. I'm a simple woman with simple needs. I like my men submissive, and I enjoy domination. And so, especially when I'm doing my work on Night Flirt, when I'm talking to you, all you gentlemen, and it's mostly gentlemen, um, I want you to understand that you're actually supporting me in my own lifestyle, and uh, a lot of the reasons why I do these on the couch interview things is to help everyone understand that, um, you know, being a dominant personality isn't always about carrying a whip. And it's not necessarily always about telling somebody what to do. A lot of times in my own life, off of Night Flirt, off the camera, I'm, you know, doing what everybody else does, paying bills, you know, meeting expectations, and making deadlines. So I really feel that my work on Night Flirt has, for all of these years, has been very fulfilling. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been doing it for this long. So with that being said, I one of the things that I like to do is I do have this other character on Night Flirt, which I don't want to tell anybody about. And one of the challenges that I've been experiencing is how to have, two listings going at the same time. Um, and recently I had purchased a phone, and I was really picky about the kind of phone that I wanted to get. I didn't want to be on the internet all day. I didn't want to have something capture my attention all day like that. Um, Living in the city and going to the university, I use public transportation a lot, and so I do see a lot of people on their phones, swiping through Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and I'm beginning to see a very distinct disconnect between the socialization between individuals. There's just none of that is happening anymore. And so I wanted to choose something that wasn't going to tie me into the system like that. So what I did is I did some research on what they call dummy phones now, but back in the day when I was a kid, they were called a flip phone. And so in my research, I came up with this really fabulous product, and it's the Diva Flex flip phone, and it comes in this package. And I did a look, and it's a very nice package. I mean, it's a box, and it describes on it everything that this camera, all the benefits of this camera. It's a GSM quad band, which may be important. It is a bright 1.8-inch display, which actually is kind of small. It includes a camera and a video camera and a regular picture taking camera. It can hold up to 32 gigabytes of space with a card, and it also has Bluetooth capability, which I have not tried. One thing that I found really fascinating was the FM option on this, which I'm not, I don't know, I have not been able to easily access like on a regular iPhone or whatever. You have to download an app for it. So this phone is very simple. I'm a simple woman with simple needs. And I did a lot of research on it, and I really enjoyed this particular phone, at least what I found on it. But a lot of the information that I saw didn't really give a whole lot. I mean, you're like, how does it work when you text, and how, what do you do? Like if you're taking a picture, what does it look like? Or, what kind of adapters are you going to need for the SIM cards, that type of thing. And so this is a phone right here, and the blue Diva, you can see that, the screen are right here, then the buttons, they light up when you push them. You can see on the screen that the numbers show up. So that's been very interesting. The one thing that really drew me to this phone is the ability to hold 2 SIM cards. Now I want to let you know right up front, I live in Portland, Oregon, and can't really find a phone like this just on the general market. This is something that you have to buy online. And as you can see, hopefully, maybe not, maybe, yeah, there we are. You can see that I have, the network is for both of the cards are T-Mobile, and I do want to explain that. You can see this is what the screen looks like. Get it to focus. You can see 2 screens up there. You can see my cute little screensaver picture in the background. You can see the time. You can see all these little options here. This is not a touch screen, FYI. And you can see the battery right there. And I have this battery lasts about 2 to 3 days, which is nice. Often, like I'll run out of battery about the 3rd or 4th day, and I'm like, wow, I guess I have to plug back in. So one thing, oh yeah, the one thing that I'm really, the one thing that I really kind of, I guess the one thing that really irritates me about this particular phone is its text messaging capabilities. So the menu is somewhat challenging to go through. You have to press this button down here. This accesses the menu. Get to focus. And then you have to use this little button here, which guides you through the screens like so. See that? See that? Very nice. Now, when you want to text somebody, you go here, and then here, and then the next challenge is typing out what you want. So on this, there is a technology called predictive technology. This does not have that. I feel this is the only downside to this phone, is that you have to go through, and if you want to write a message on here, you have to go like, baby, I love you. So you have to go on here, la, see, there's B, and then, oops, gotta go back, A, B, Y, and then I doesn't real automatically capitalize, which sucks. That's the other thing. Love, L-O, whoops, gotta go back. 1, 2, 3, love, L-O-V, love you. All right, so that's what it looks like when you're texting. Get to, there we are. Very nice. So this is incredibly basic. So basic, it's like, oh my God. So you will need to have a lot of patience when you're on this phone, when you're using this phone as far as texting. Let me see here. Go ahead and send it to Twitter. But I did set it up through Twitter, you can see, from the phone book. It's a lot of navigating through the windows using this circular menu system right here, and a lot of push buttons and such. So you can see that I am texting to Twitter from my phone, and let me zoom out a little. There we are. So I'm texting here, and then it's asking me, do I want to do this from Sim 1 or Sim 2? And I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to do this from Sim 2 because I have it set up on Sim 2. So there we are. And I'm going to push, sending to Twitter. Ta-da! Sent and saved. And it does have a little menu here that you can go through and check it out. Keeps all your stuff, just like, you know, those old style phones. However, if you are younger, if you are a millennial, you will not remember this. You might remember having your parents using one way back when, but maybe not. So this is a really excellent phone. I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and power it down right now. This is the one that powers down. The button that powers it down. And then it opens from the back or the end here. So look right here at the corner. You're going to open it up like so. Oops. This is all plastic. And speaking of, I have dropped this at least twice now, and it has not broken. Dropped it on hard cement. All it did was flop around. Didn't break, no screen breakage, no nothing. It was just perfectly fine. Worked. It was fine. So this is the back. This is the little battery. Comes like this, just like that. And this is what it looks like on the inside. And you can see there are 2 SIM cards. Now, one thing I do want to explain about this, and see the memory card right there. One thing that I do want to explain about this is the 2 SIM card thing. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I had a little trouble trying to figure out which SIM card is going to work with this damn thing. So this card over here on my right, your left, is a SIM card through Ting, and I have found their service very reliable. They've always been reliable for me, and they are particularly cheap. So I use this for for all my business calls, which I don't get many, which is awesome. And I use it for my other night flirt line. And this is a SIM card through Metro PCS right here. So a SIM card right here. And the only thing that I have found challenging with this particular phone is SIM cards, because even though, as you can see, they're both on the T-Mobile network, PCS, the SIM card for PCS, oftentimes will reject the IMEI number for this. whereas Ting will not. Ting has always been consistent, has consistent connectivity, and I've never had an issue with Ting at all, but I've had an issue with PCS in that I think there's like a system check or something. If it runs like some sort of check, then it'll come up invalid SIM. All I do is I just pull this out and then I put it back um, into the flip phone that I originally purchased it with, which is this big Herkin thing. This is a ZTE phone that I got through PCS Metro here in Portland. And it's this big honking thing, big grandma thing. The only thing that I really liked about this phone is the predictive text, and that's about it. It did give me access to internet, which I did not want, and because I have enough devices that connect to the internet, I just would prefer my phone not to. So, but when that happens, when I get that invalid SIM warning on this phone here, then I just pop this out, put it back in there. The system recognizes it, and then it's fine, and then it's good to go for I don't know, couple days, maybe a week or two, until the system decides, oh, I'm going to check to make sure the IMI is right on the phone, and then it'll just say, oh, invalid SIM, or oh, it's good to go. So this particular phone takes the large adapter, because you can see that you've got the large and then the medium and then the micro. This takes a large, so be aware of that. And what I have found is that all SIM cards that are being sold automatically just come with the adapter. So there's no need to go out and buy an additional piece of plastic. It'll come with it, and you just make sure that you keep it on hand. And then I also have in here the storage, which fits right nicely, just right in there, and it's very good. I really love it. And what I do is I'll go available on Night Flirt for both lines, and then I have that much, twice as much the potential to make that money on Night Flirt. I only have to carry one phone, and it's fine. I've never experienced two calls coming in at the same time. I would assume that one's going to go to voicemail and the other one will be answered. So I haven't run into that issue yet, but I don't know, maybe I'll do another video about that. So this is how it boots up. You just hit this button right here again, turns on, and the screen comes up in a matter of minutes, and you're ready to use it. So as you can see, this issue that I talked about before is coming up where it says invalid SIM. Just a moment ago, you saw that the network on it was T-Mobile. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how easy it is to get that card reset in here. So a lot of people don't. I hope people find this useful. I'm going to go ahead and take off the back again. Super easy. Pop that off. Take out the battery. Whoops. Don't drop it on the floor. There. Take this out. And this is exactly the reason why I have the old phone in the Diva box, because this does unfortunately happen enough that it is necessary. And this right now for me, this is only happening with Metro PCS, and I gather it's because Metro PCS, their network system does not allow for dual SIM phones, or at least that particular brand of phone. So I'm gonna pop this right in here. Oh, I have to take this out very carefully. This is the medium size. This can get very tricky, but I'm a ninja, so I make it happen. All right, and then pop the battery out, back in, turn it on. This is the ZTE. So this is booting up. What this is going to do is that it's just going to connect to the cell phone towers. It's going to say, yes, I recognize this phone as an active phone that should be allowed on the network. And you can tell this is taking quite a bit to pull up. And so this particular phone is running on an Android system. I'm not really sure which version it is, but it's weird. I've never seen it like a device like this before. But this has been my first flip phone. This and this other one have been my first flip phone for like maybe 10 years, I think, since Apple started coming out, since all this, the cell phone craze started coming out. So here we are. It's booting up right there. No reason is saying no service. Please don't. No way. No way. There we are. Oh, thank God. Paid my bill. All right. So you can see that there's service right there. It's saying, yay. I'm going to go ahead, shut it down. Oops. Hold on. I got a message. All right. So I'm shutting it down. Power it off. Do. Close the phone. Get out. Carefully take the SIM card out. This is practically like tying my shoes at this point. Go back in here. Like so. Playing with all these tiny little plastic pieces. Pop it out in here. See? And it just slides right in. One thing that I did want to kind of warn you about is when you're pulling these little SIM cards in and out like this. Let me see if I can get a better view. You want to make sure that on this, you make sure that the adapter is in. You don't want to just say, oh, I'm not going to use the adapter and just slide the medium and the small in, because when that happens, then what could happen is that you can pull the pins out that are just underneath here, the little contacts that contact that metal that's embedded into the plastic here. So you want to make sure that when you're taking this in and out, or when you're putting it in and taking it out, you want to make sure that you're using the correct adapter for that. Otherwise, you'll damage the contacts underneath it. The reason why I'm saying is I've already done it, but it works fine for me. I'm just wanting to make sure that you learn from my mistake. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on like so. Put this all back together again. Like that. Very easy. And you can see that this is booting up a lot faster than the ZTE. And I think it's just because there is not that much software that this phone has to deal with or anything. So, and you can see right there, hooked up to T-Mobile, which is crazy because, like I said before, Metro PCS is having an issue, but Ting is not. But as you can see, both of them are using T-Mobile network, which is crazy. So, I don't know. Anyway, so I hope this, if you're out there looking for another phone, you're looking for something cheap, this was 20 bucks. Easy to use, uncomplicated, simple. This is the phone for you. I enjoy it because I am able to use one line for, I do use one line for just personal and one line for business, and it clearly indicates to me which is which, so I know that when I pick up the phone, I know how to answer it. Like, hey, bud, what's up? Or, oh, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. So I hope this helps a lot. This, um, I've had this phone for probably about 2 months, and I find it a very good phone to use. It's very, it's just simple. It's not anything that, I'm not tied to it. I don't feel like have my head in my phone, or something. I don't feel like I'm being constantly distracted by this thing, which is nice. That's my another reason why I got it. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I will concentrate on doing more. And thank you very much for joining me, and looking forward to seeing you next time on the Couch with Janice Payne.